Hello, everyone. I just want to stop by to remind you that next Wednesday, wonderful March 24th, we're going to have another live with Carl Peter talking about his journey and also his book and his course. So 5:30 p.m. for those of you who's having the dinner time, then make sure that you tune in, for his live. My live with wonderful Hannah is going to be delayed. She actually is going to work at the hospital all day, and I don't know when her start time is. But yeah, she took a position. She knows what her calling is. She's going to follow some wonderful footsteps that she already is very, very nourished. The ones who knows her, and she lives in Michigan, and she's fulfilling what she was calling for. I mentioned to her since she was 15 and help young teenagers did not commit suicide. And she helped her own, I call family, because it was these young girls, 13, 15, that the parents tell them they don't love them. Why you have a kid and then tell them that you don't love them? This is terrible. Not supposed to do that. You're a parent, and if you don't want to be a parent, give it to somebody else who doesn't have kids and would love to have kids. For one point in my life, I was told that I could not have kids, and then surprise, I have Rachel, and then 9 years later, I have wonderful Matthew. Both are wonderful kids. Fantastic. I'm so blessed. But anyway, another thing that I want to give an announcement is the following. These wonderful telecommunication companies. I have one like unlimited plan. Now another corporation bought it, and guess what? It is no unlimited plan. And I was in a golf club having a wonderful dinner with friends, and it is in the middle of this wonderful city, but in the wonderful Sarasota, in a lot of the places, because the owners wants their privacy, they don't want it. Put lights on the streets. I got lost. That place is huge. And for some reason, my unlimited plan, it is not working. The internet, cellular data on, the greed of the telecommunication company got to stop. If we have to do a movement or we have to do something, we're going to have to do something, because they charge us a lot of money. We pay for the cell phones, we pay for the plan, then they get bought out by another company. Oh, you don't have a limited plan anymore. Really? You suck. This is like, they charge me more than a car payment per month, because I have people that work with me, and that's one of the privileges and then the benefits that I give. And guess what? So now they tell me that oh, we don't have a limited plan anymore because the company got bought out. I can't wait until the contract is over, then I'm gonna go to another company. I'm gonna say bye-bye this company, because I hate restrictions. And I bought a plan for my son that is unlimited, works fantastic, whatever his is. If it's here, Canada, all over the world, it is fine, because it's backed up by a fantastic big company. And I'm not gonna tell no telecommunications companies here. But anyway, so if we start a movement for them to stop this little changes in the contract without let us know, or just those hidden things like, oh, yeah, you can just for a little more, you can buy this phone, and then, or you can buy a watch that goes with that for just a little more. I pay for all the equipment, and it's not, cheap. But anyway, so this is one thing that got on my nerves. I was in the middle of the jungle, pretty much. It's a huge place, and no ways to get back, home, because my cellular data was not working. And I'm like, really? I pay the extra, but I want to get home. So, and I called my student because I was supposed to teach, right after dinner. And I told her, listen, I don't even know what I am. I tried to follow this person who left the golf club. And but the person goes way fast. He probably knows, worked there or something, but he drove fantastically fast. So I continued by my intuition, well, maybe this is going to lead to some street, right? Half an hour later, I found the regular road. And even though the data was not, but thank goodness, my friend and student stay with me, because otherwise I would not get home. So this is not fun. Either the city have to complain to you, because some areas that have no coverage, because there is the safety of the citizens. I'm a lady. One time I was coming from someplace, in the evening, right after, I landed in the airport, one of the major airport here, and then the database, bye-bye. And I'm like, holy mackerel, this gotta improve, because before was a fantastic company. Once they bought out, forget it. So I think the citizens need to start a movement about that. And thank goodness, my students on the line with me, because one time my friend Regina, and she knows about that, I was in the middle of nowhere. If you're in the countryside, I understand, because it's like middle of nowhere, middle of, the cities here that have very, very little inhabitants. But I'm in a big city, and it's not like huge like New York. It's not like Rio or Paris or anything like that. But it should have a fantastic service. And it doesn't. So the cell phone companies need to connect the towers and need to protect the citizens, because I know a little bit of the city, but I don't know when, the whole entire place is like jungle one side, jungle on the other one, lakes and beautiful homes. No lighting whatsoever. And I'm not used to this. I'm used to places that have light. So, yeah, I'm usually not a complainer, but I think we should start a movement about this. You really should. And if you listen and you started getting petitions about this, they should provide the citizens with better service. They really should. Hi, I was seeing how you doing, Silva. But anyway, so yeah, I'm not gonna be speaking Portuguese right now, but the people especially don't live here. My friend is from Italy. She left earlier. I mean, just a few minutes, because I was looking for my keys, and of course I found it, otherwise I could not get home. But she have in her car connected, and I think I might gonna have to do that. But I just, many years ago, they produced the cars, and they do not have a good internet, and they do not have a good software. And it was kind of funny, because the guy who sold me the car, and this car is a fantastic car, and we put it, the GPS, and the GPS now responding to my American friends, now responding to my French accent, now responding to my kids who were born in this country. So we say, well, he started laughing. I'm like, why? Oh, this must be created by the Indian people, because they're great for developing software. Everybody knows. Brazilians and Indians, they do a fantastic development of software. They're one of the greatest software creators, in the world. One of them actually created Facebook, but with all the taxation, he moved to Thailand, and I cannot blame him. I love this country, but we need a little things better. I lived in Monaco. I live in south of France. It's fantastic over there. Wherever we go, and I'm thousands and thousands of miles away. everything works there. In Monaco, wherever you go, they have cameras. They can see where you walk. They can, it's a big city, but, small little country, but it's fantastic organized. And so, France is beautiful too. It's all my favorite place in the world. Anyway, no matter where you go, you're well served. In all areas, healthcare, telecommunications, the food is fantastic. No hormones in the milk, hormones in everywhere, and the chickens and the cows and all that, and we have to buy organic here, pay more to have that. So this is supposed to change too, but everybody wants to make money, the greed. So the cows are fat, and the chickens are fat, and we end up getting fat because of all these stupid hormones. But anyway, so I'm not gonna go much further into that, but the telecommunication companies need to serve better, especially the seniors. My goodness, where I live, all over this town, it is a ton of the senior citizens, a ton. I feel like I'm 18 years old, really. But anyway, so, and imagine if it was like 87 years old or 90 years old, walking on the streets and or just driving like I was without no service. And a majority of them do not have the GPS in the car, and the majority of them do not know how to operate. My neighbor was like that. He lived across the street, 77 years old. He doesn't know how to use the maps. And I taught him many times, but he forget because it's the age. So anyway, so we need to do some petition to this, the service get better, because this is a bunch of, we need to get everybody united together and start complaining, because there's a ton of senior citizens over here, and we need to be better served. And especially when you pay a ton of money for it, and then you don't get the service. When I'm home, my service is fantastic. I'm not going to tell the name of the company, but they are fantastic. They did a superb job. My son takes classes from home, and I do a lot of my work here, and some work in my office, and some work outside. It doesn't matter. But when I leave the house, and then when I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm not going to stay stuck on a freaking golf course and without no way of coming back. I continue driving until I reach, a main street, and that's what I did. But this is not right. We should get together and do like a bunch of signatures for a bunch of people complain about that, because it's not only me. And this is greed, because everybody have a cell phone. Everybody pays to the service. One cell company is better than the others. And also have this stupid contract. Even though if you pay for your wonderful cell phones, you still penalize if you leave, if it's just a year, not a year and a half. It's getting my nerves. But anyway, and the good news, next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m., do not forget, watch us, not in here, I will send the link for the release and more news, because he released his wonderful book. He's going to have more news for you. Call Peter. It was fantastic, the presentation. For those of you who missed it, I'm going to put the link on the YouTube here, because it was fantastic. And hi, Joyce. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Joyce is a fantastic person. My goodness. God bless her. She's a nurse, and she helps many people. And now she's putting a TV together. And anyway, so we need to get together and change this, because if we don't, it's going to continue this way, and the services continue, price going up, and we just take it. Not the right way in American. American, we're supposed to always be better than the rest of the world. But in Europe, they have better service than here. In South America, so good, but they're growing. They're growing like in a fantastic way. And that's why a lot of the companies are out there and do fantastic well. because everybody needs a cell phone, but don't be greedy, cell phone companies, because I think we should have action. We all should get together and sign a petition for them to provide services when you're not operating from your home, or if you went over their data, give the data, but don't leave the senior citizens or a lady or a child or young people that comes here back and forth. Is full of wonderful people now because it's a spring break in Florida. Don't leave the person hanging. So it's just my note, food for thought, everybody, and let me know what you think. And I think we should move forward to that. And Joyce, we need to talk, soon, because I know you're super busy with your wonderful charities and your new TV and your career as a nurse. But love you to death, and we really should get in the bandwagon and help each other out and have this change, because that's what this country was made for, changes, and changes for the better, not changes for the worse. Because right now the cell companies are changing for the worse, and they need to change for better. My brother was my oldest brother. He was a director of a telecommunication company for many years. Then he retired, and he's a fantastic planner, attorney, fantastic person, and he knows what he's doing. And he retired, and another major company bought out. But they provide a fantastic service where he lives. But he lives like DC, right? Have all the service they need. But anyway, so we need to help each other, and I hope to see you on here. Just gonna send the link. March 24th. Call Peter's website, and I send the link where you guys can see the wonderful message that he had to send. He's a young man who have many near-death experience, and he really have a fantastic father, a wonderful mother, a great support, and his book is fantastic. You're gonna see he's gonna be a New York bestseller. He's already hot. He's sold a bunch of books, and you're gonna see the message that he had to bring. He's very young, very wise, and he teaches in all areas where we need improvements, and he's doing that every day from the goodness of his heart. And I love people like that. Me and my daughter, when we started observing and we met the family in person, we just fell in love with the story, and he had more books, and how his parents gave so much support. He's a fantastic person. You should watch. If you missed his live in his presentation last week, I'll put the YouTube link. You can watch it, or make sure that you're here next week. Not here, the link is his wonderful page. He's gonna broadcast. I'm gonna help him as much as I can, because he's just kicking off his career, and that he has so much wisdom, and he inherited a lot of that from his dad, because his dad writes very well. He's a presenter and also motivational speaker, and all of us are kind of motivating each other, in different channels nowadays. And I hope to see you then. And you guys love my little living plants. I was telling a friend of mine that, and she's also my student, that I get these plants and you just stick it in the water and it grows. Now you're gonna stick some in the back as well. So the living things around you is necessary, fresh in the air. And I just didn't want to, we think I'm just getting things back on my shoulder. No, I'm thinking we really need a movement for them to start working better, because they provide services for the people, and the people can get together and ask for changes. But anyway, so this is my thought, and hope all of you having a wonderful evening. And it's tax season. I spend the weekend making a lot of taxes. I'm going to pay a bunch of taxes, but this country is marvelous on that because, a lot of people help each other here, and we went through different changes, but you don't see that in other parts of the world. You give and receive, and my life always even out. But, love you guys, and let me see who's here. It's Francisco Vicente from Portugal. How you doing? Say hello to your wonderful, beautiful wife. Beatrice, love you. And Joyce, fantastic to at least see you here too. And Silva Oroshani does a fantastic job in a wonderful, car business. So hopefully to see you next Tuesday. And if you're not able to come, but sign up for Carl's presentation, because at the end of the live presentation, here we'll provide a YouTube link that you guys can see. So we send an email here. You missed this particular presentation one way or another because you're working, and at least you'll see, just like in your own space, and able to see live on Facebook, fantastic Instagram, and he'll send us the link. I'm not supposed to talk about other providers, but nowadays everybody have a little piece of a TV from whatever they are, right? So bless you all. See you next week, and message me, because we really need to get together. And when I started something, I started sometimes small, but it started growing and growing. I'll gather as many signatures as I can for those changes to happen. And don't forget, next week, March 24th, 5:30 p.m., dinner time. I'll give you the link tomorrow and announce what the next few releases. We have fantastic news. It's always, creating something, which is fantastic. And I believe he's going to be releasing his course pretty soon too. He is working hard on that. He's doing all the voice recordings, the videos, and he already have all the material written. He has a fantastic way of writing. And again, such a young age, but so talented. And as much as I can to help him and the family I work, because they are a beautiful family. They have a support system that you don't see every day in America anymore, and that's what we need, family and friends helping each other out, and like they say, right, big heart, major big heart, love each other, because if you're passionate about something, and he's very passionate about his mission, and he's been helping people for years, never charge a dime, and his father been helping him for his career. He's an engineer, but he's not the calling, just like my daughter. This is not her calling, she's a performer, she used to do a lot of wonderful classical dancing, but she found her calling now. She's going to be working at the hospital full-time, 12 hours a day. Oh my gosh. She's young, she can take it. I did work in the hospitals for 12 hours, but not anymore. Thanks, but no thanks. But anyway, Joyce, thank you. She's one of the heroes. She's a great, nurse. I don't know how many years she still have to work to retire, but all of us, they keep changing, right? Not 62, not 65. You have to work until you're 70. I think I'm going to work all my life because I just like to help people, and I do that every day. And love you all. If you guys have any questions about grants and about other things, text me, because I have a lot of information that I can provide you guys. So good night. Love you. And let's stay together. Big hearts. And yeah, I got this thing over this weekend, and I love it. It reminds me of Titanic. And my ship is not sinking. And we are all unsinkable. We are all coming out of this stupid COVID thing last year. I call it stupid because I don't agree with a lot of the stuff, but whatever it is, we cannot just stay down. We have to lift each other up and move forward. And with the help of a ton of great mentors, I have celebrities mentors that I love them to death. A lot of them teach me for free. Some of them charge me a lot of money. But sometimes a coach needs another coach to always get better. And that's the way it is. I invested on them, and they invested on me, and I'm just here to help the other people that needs the help. And my daughter is doing a fantastic job on that too, at this young age. Okay, I'm just gonna end it because tax season. We still have to prepare more information, so I'm working on that, and then I work with my patients in the morning, and then afternoon, evening teaching. So the wonderful life. Cheers to that. Okay, see you later. Bye. And Joyce, we need to get together. So I'll talk to you later. Take care. And these wonderful remote controls don't work. I love it. Anyway, so I gotta finish this. Okay, take care.